Hello everyone. Today we are going to discuss about a menu driven program to calculate the area of different shapes. So I want to calculate the area of a square, area of a rectangle and area of a circle. But there is a condition. We want to calculate these shapes not together. I want to calculate according to the user's choice. What does mean by that? If he enter 1, I have to give the result of a square area. If he entered 3, I want to give the area of a circle. If it is 2, I want to display area of rectangle. So this is known as a menu driven program. We will give a menu to the user. The user will pick one from the menu and according to that menu we will give the result. Okay. So for a menu driven program, there are few things which has to be noted. So we will go to that. First one is that usually a menu driven program we write by using a scanner class because we have to take the input from the user. Second one, we will give a menu to the user and according to the menu, the user will select one choice and with that choices we will give him a result. And after giving a menu, we have to prompt the user which choice he want. Okay. So after getting the choice, the main thing of a menu driven program is using a switch. So we will do all these points in this menu driven program. So by using this menu driven program, we can cover scanner class, what is a switch also. Okay. So we'll go to the program. I already told you that your menu driven program we have to use a scanner class. Okay. Scanner is a class. It's a built-in class. What is built-in class? It comes along with the Java. So it's a built-in class which contains different predefined methods. What is predefined methods? Already defined methods. So it has already defined many methods to get input from the user. So what is this method is used for? To get a input from the user during the execution of a program. So while executing a program, in between of the program, we can give input to the user and the program will accept that input and it will perform its operation according to that input. That is the benefit of a scanner class. So as it is a built-in class, we have to import the package into our program where the scanner belongs. Usually, what is package? Package means it will be act as a container where a group of classes will be there, related classes. Package is like a container where it consists of a group of related classes. So this scanner class is belonging to the package known as java.util, utility package. Okay. Scanner class belongs under the package java.util. So if to bring the scanner class into our program, we have to bring the package into our program. Okay. To use a scanner class in our program, what we have to do? We have to import the package in which the scanner class belongs. So scanner class belongs to which package? Java.util. So we have to bring that package into our program. How will we bring? By using the keyword import. So by using the keyword import, what we will do? We will import the package into our program. So we'll see what is the syntax for bringing the package and the scanner class into our program. First we will write the import keyword which is in small letter and you give a space. Java is in small letter dot util, the package name you will write. After that you will put a dot. Either you can write an asterisk symbol or you can put the class name which you want to bring into the program. Asterisk means all the classes coming under java.util package will come to your program. Here I want only scanner, so I will write the class name and then you put a semicolon. Okay, so this is the step to bring the package into your program. So whenever you write a program by using a scanner class, this step is very compulsory, otherwise it will show error. So we have imported the package. Now As usual, we will start the program by using a public keyword. This keyword is not compulsory, but why we are writing a public keyword? Because this program will be accessible throughout. Wherever you are using it, the program will be accessible. That is the keyword's public meaning, and it is in all small letter. Okay, public class ABC, the class name you will write, and you will open the curly braces for the class. After opening the class, we will write our method as usual, public void main. You can give any name to your method, and I am repeating again, there is no need of giving the public if you don't want. I want my method to be accessible everywhere. That is why I am giving public. If you don't want, you can omit that portion. And string args. String args is not compulsory because it is not a static main method. I am not writing the main method. This is a normal method. If you are writing a main method, then it will be public static void main string args. This is a normal method. That is why I am not writing string args. And then I open my method. So the main portion is done. So we have imported the package, we have created a class, we have created a method. Now one thing very important in Java. In Java, data is hidden. You cannot directly access a Java data. Okay. So what we have to do? Only through an object, a data is accessible. So if you want to use a method of scanner class, what we have to do? We cannot directly access. So we have to create an object of the scanner class. So we will see, whenever you write a program using scanner, this first step is important to bring a package. Second step is you have to create an object of the scanner class. How will you create an object of the scanner class? First you will write this class name and then the object name. My object name is SC. You can give any name. Is equals to new, the keyword which is in small letter, and then you will write the class name again, which is S is capital. Always remember S scanner, S is capital. And then one more point. To get an output, what you will write? System.out. Yes, here we want to get the input. So what you will write? System.in. So I am writing system.in and I will close the bracket and I put a semicolon, the statement as end. So we have created an object for the scanner class. Second step is done when using scanner. Now, in a menu driven program, what is the second point I said? We have to give the user a choice. So I am going to give the user a choice. For that, I will start from system.out.println. So I will start a system.out.println. Then I am writing a menu for the user. Enter 1,4. What is the one? Area of square. So I will write area of square. You can write in a separate line. I am writing in single line, comma 2,4. 2 means what? Area of rectangle. Okay, area of, if you want to create area of rectangle, comma 3,4 area of circle. Okay, so I have given a menu to the user. It is very compulsory in a menu driven program that you have to give a menu. That is why its name is menu driven program. So you have to give a menu. According to the menu, the user will give. So I have given menu. Now the next is that we have to ask the user which choice you like to select. So for that, again I prompt the user to enter his choice. So again, system.out.println, enter your choice. So he can enter his choice. So I have prompted the user to enter your choice. So that is done. Now, so he will enter. See, here I have mentioned 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3 is an integer number. Yes, so we want to get an integer number from the user. So which method is used for an integer number? We can see that. Here I will introduce some methods. For getting an integer value from the user, the method used is next and I is capital, ind of. The method used to get the scanner class method. The scanner class method user to retrieve an integer value is next end of, there is no space. And second one, the method user to retrieve a string value is next of or next line of. What is the difference between next of and next line of? I will tell you. Next of is used to retrieve a single word. Next line is used to retrieve a statement. Because in next of, after typing a word, if you press a space, the compiler will take it as a end of the statement. You cannot enter more words, only one word, because when you, after typing the word, if you press a space, it will take it as a end of the string. Whereas in next line, even if you put a space, it will not consider as the end. Only when you click on enter key, it will consider as the end of the statement. So you can type a sentence. Next, to accept a boolean value from a user, the method used of the string class is next boolean of. Next boolean of. This is O, okay? It's in small letter. Next, fourth one, float. For accepting a float value, the method used in the scanner class is next. Always remember the method's second word's first letter will be capital, okay? Second word, first letter will be capital. For double, the method used for the getting a double value, next double of. Next double of, okay? Now for byte, next byte of. For short, next, it's very easy, only you have to think that the second word first letter is in capital. And for character, there is a one change. You cannot directly access next char. For that, what you have to do is, first you have to take a string next of dot. From the string, I want to get the character at the position 0. This is the syntax for getting a character. First you will take a string, and y0 means always the string starts with the index 0. Suppose if you have a string like hello, it's even if it is the first position, always it starts counting from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. The last element is at 4th. So that is why the character at the position 0. That is why we have given next of dot character at 0. So these are the methods of scanner class to get the value from the user. So I already told you, you cannot directly access the method. For that, what we have to do? We have to create an object of the scanner class. And how will you access a method? First you will write the object and then you will put a dot. So same you will follow in all the methods. So we can go back to our program. So here is our program. So we have prompted the user to enter the choice. Now what did I said? We have to get an integer value. So which is the method to get the integer value? So the method used to get the integer value is, I have to store that value in some variable. So I will take int choice. So choice is my variable to store a value from the user. So as I said, we have to use the object of the scanner class. My object here is sc dot. The method to get the integer value is next end of. So here the user will enter an integer value into your choice. It can be 1, it can be 2, 3 or any other value. So you get a choice. After getting a choice, what you have to do is multi-branching statement, that is your switch. Switch is a multi-branching statement which is used for checking only the equality. Here I want to check whether there is any matching cases for the choice, and you will write the variable choice inside the switch. Here one more thing we have to unlike if else, switch will not take an relational operator like less than, greater than. You cannot write less than or greater than along with the switch. It only checks for equality, means it will check whether that number is equal to the cases given inside it. It will not check any other condition. Okay, so switch, open, close, everything is in small letter. Okay, and the choice is your variable name. So switch will open, it's a block, and in switch you will write the first thing as case. This is syntax of a switch, and then you will write your constants. So what are the constants you have? You have 1, 2, 3. So if it is a case 1, and then you will put a colon. Okay, you will put a colon, and then you will write what is the condition for 1. So for 1 means what we have to calculate? We have to calculate the area of a square. So for area of a square, usually when you take a square, we have a area of square as a square. Yes, one side we have to get. So I'm asking the user to enter a side. So I will write system.out.println enter side. So he will enter side. It can be a double value, it can be a integer value. It's up to him what you want to. So I am taking it as a double. Double s is equals to, for my side s I have taken. I will accept from the user. How will you accept a double value? Again, scanner class object and dot next double of. As you taken this as a double value, your result also should be in the double. So how will you calculate the area? A double, I will write area 1 for the square, okay, is equals to, what is area of a square? S square or a square. You can take a, or up to you which variable you are taking. So I will write s asterisk s, or you can write mathematical function also, power also you can write. So I will write s into s, and after calculating this I will print the area of a circle. System.out.println area of square, and you will put a colon, or it's up to you. Close the double quotes, and then your concatenation, and then your variable name area 1, and close that. So in switch, what you have to notice is you have to always close a case by using a break. You will not put a curly braces or anything, but you will put a break. Break is a jumping statement which allow the case to break. It will come, if there is a break, the control will come out of the switch. Otherwise what happens means there will be cases, we will write cases 1, case 2, case 3, etc. If you do not write a break, after finding the match, what it will do means it will go to the second case also. If there is no break, it will go to the case 3. So till that it will get work. So this condition is known as fall through. Absence of break in a switch case is known as fall through. What happens in a fall through? If it found a matching case, if there is no break, it will execute all the cases after the matching cases. So this is known as fall through. So I will write a break. Next I will go to case 2. Same steps will be repeated again. Case 2, a colon will be written. What is our case 2? We have to print the area of a rectangle. To calculate the area of a rectangle, we need a length and breadth. So again I prompt the user to enter the length and breadth. At a time only one case will work, okay? Multiple cases will not work. So I am asking the user to enter length and breadth. At a time only one case will work. Breadth, double quotes, close. So again, now I am taking this as a integer value. So we can take it as an integer value. Int L is for length. SC dot next int of, okay. Then for breadth I am taking B. Int B is equal to SA dot next int of, okay. Then semicolon. Always remember that, put a semicolon to end the statement. So we get the value. Now what is the next step? We have to calculate. As both are in integer, I am taking my result value also as in integer. Int I'm taking it as int area 2. Okay, is equals, you can take any variable name. What is the length area of a rectangle? L asterisk b. Yeah, done. So calculation also done. Next step, don't forget to print the value. So I am printing the area of rectangle. Print ln area of rectangle. Again concatenation plus symbol, and then you will write the variable name area 2. Don't put double quotes for the variable name, because if you put a double quotes for the variable name, its value will not be printed. It will print as it is a message. So always remember this point. The variable name should come outside the double quotes. So I have printed the area. Next, we have to end the case. How will you end the case? You will put with a break. So always remember, don't put a curly braces for the case. Only for switch you have to put a curly braces. Always the case starts with a double colon, and then it will end with a break. So case 2 is also done. Now coming to case 3. Okay, again we will start. What is case 3? We have to calculate the area of circle. For area of a circle, what you need is radius. So I am prompting the user to enter the radius. So enter radius. As it is a circle, it can be in decimal or float, anything. So for your purposes, I am taking it as a float. So we'll see. So I am taking a float variable for that. We can execute all the different methods. Float r is equal to sc dot next float of. Okay. So I have created a float. Maybe as a pi r square we are calculating, the result can be in higher values. So result variable, I am taking it as a double. Area 3, we cannot directly, area of a circle is pi r square. We cannot directly enter pi. We have math.pi. Okay, you can represent a pi by using 3 ways. Either you can type math.pi in capital, or for that you can type 3.14, or you can write 22/7. It's up to you which method you are using. Okay. Here I am using 3.14 asterisk, then pi r square. There is no superscript, so you have to do r asterisk r semicolon. So I have calculated, and as usual we will print the result. System dot out dot print ln. I want to print the area of circle, double quotes close, plus what is the area of a circle? Area 3. So this case is also done. After that we will end the case with a break. Okay. So break is done. Now suppose the user didn't enter 1, 2, 3. So what happens? If you didn't do, the screen will be blank. So for that, if no cases will find a match, we will give a default. Default is used or worked only when there is no matching cases found. If you enter a value which is not matching your cases, then automatically it comes to default, like else. When will the else part will work? If the condition is false, it will come to else part. Same way, if all the condition is false, which will work? Default. It is in small letter, and you will put a colon. I am giving a message that you have entered an invalid number or invalid choice. System.out.println invalid choice. So you have entered an invalid choices. So the area will not be calculated. Here you don't need to write break, as you are going to close the switch. Even if you write a break, there is no issue, because it is the end of the switch. So switch will be closed, and you will close the class method, and you will close the class. So this is the menu driven program to calculate the area of different shapes. It can ask for different patterns, etc. So one type of menu driven program for the 10th also, it will compulsory. Thank you.